So here we are, the culmination of an absolutely fantastic year's racing in the JSRA British Championships. We're at Kingsbury Water Park for round 6. The course, it's fast. The racing, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Really close racing this year. And Tyler's a young rider, and he's been coming through the ranks and challenging me sort of all the way through.
Well, it means a lot, especially I've never won a championship before. Wayne's won it 3 years or 4 years on the bounce now, so it's definitely been brilliant to beat him.
He's really close, a lot closer than I wanted it to be, but goes down to the wire, makes for exciting watching.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a slow burn season, gradually improved over the rounds. Last round really good, this round all to play for, 6 points in it, so just go out and try and deliver as best I can.
Yeah, the way the points are, it's that tight that he finishes in front, he wins, I finish in front, I win, so down to the last moto.
Well, this is it. We are now at the final frontier of what's been a fantastic year's racing so far, hasn't it?
It's been an epic season this year, Rob. We're at the end of the season. It's round 6. It's the final weekend. Champions will be made, and the race director's done it again. He's dropped us an anti-clockwise track.
Let's have a look at the ski lights first. We've watched them all the way through. The battle between Jason Young and Kevin Pope, that's raged all the way through up until this weekend.
It has. I mean, Kevin Pope has been an absolute delight to watch. Rob, he's 64 years old. He's been out there a lot of the rounds. He's been absolutely hammering the competition. So far this weekend, it's been a little bit more difficult for him. Don't forget Chloe Marsh. She's in a lot of different motos, but she's got a chance in this one.
Let's have a look now at the Runabout 4-strokes, and this is where it gets immensely exciting. Lewis Aitken, Dave Rapp, they have been absolutely neck and neck, hammer and tongs all the way through the course of this year, haven't they?
They certainly have. And the last time we were here at Kingsbury Water Park, David Rapp gave us a rap attack and won a couple of motos, and the crowd went absolutely wild for him. But it's meant that him and Lewis Aitken are really close in the championship. Again, there's a spoiler there. James Bushell could get between the two of them because he's back after his international duty. I don't think he can win the championship, but it really is between Lewis Aitken and David Rapp.
So of course then we've got the other one, which is the naturally aspirated, and we've got Tyler Morgan and Wayne Bedford. Now Wayne's got to really pull his finger out, hasn't he? He's a little bit behind at the moment.
He has. He was the natural leader, if you like, for this championship in this class. But as the season's gone on, he's had some technical problems, and even yesterday in Moto 1 he had a technical problem. He lost his throttle spring. Yeah. But that doesn't take away from Tyler Morgan, who, as the season has gone on, has just got better and better.
What I will say about that race, just before we leave off, is I reckon that Wayne probably needs Tyler to get a puncture. And if he does, then he might be in with a shout.
Well, it's all about picking the right tyres for the race, isn't it?
Absolutely. And, you know, wets on today, I think.
It's a big field, so there could be some spoilers getting between them. Yeah. All we can do is watch this race.
Well, we've got the ski lights now, and this is the tournament that we're watching all the way through, the Jason Young and the Kevin Pope show it's become, isn't it? The guys are lining up at the moment. Brilliant tournament so far, but Kevin Pope, all he's got to do is finish.
He has, Rob, and since we last spoke about him at the last round, he's had another birthday.
He's 147.
He's now 64 years old, and Jason Young has got to basically win this race and hope that Kevin Pope doesn't finish.
Absolutely. Well, look, it could be an exhibition race. Whatever's going to happen, it's going to be really exciting. They're lining up. Let's find out what they're doing. So, they're lining up. The whistle blows. They're all there ready to rock and roll.
Kevin Pope's got the outside hole shot.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be absolutely flying on this one as well. And the race director's blown the whistle. They're watching for the lights, and they are off.
Kevin Pope's going to get himself a hole shot.
Now, he looks over there, and we didn't actually think he was going to take it easy. Chloe Marsh second, Jason Young third. And whatever happened to taking it easy? Whatever happened to just getting through?
Well, our pre-race analysis, Rob, has just been shot to pieces. Kevin Pope has put the hammer down, he's taken the whole shot, and he's in the best place to be out of the way of all the trouble.
For those people watching this that don't understand the differences, those stand-up skis are skis, the sit-downs are runabouts, and the stand-ups, the skis themselves, they go over that jump. It's an added little bit of extra spice for this race. But let's catch up now with our race leader, and the technical point there is whether or not he's leaned his ski up to get that faster start. He knows that he can win this championship. It's the first year he's back in after racing for many, many years. He's been out of it for quite a while. He takes the log jump beautifully there. Anders Bosnam took it very well as well. I reckon Anders has been practicing that jump. Let's just have a little chat about the battle that's gone on all the way through this championship between the two men at the top of the pile, Kev Pope and Jason Young. Now, it all started off up at Y Boston earlier on in the year, and that was when Kev Pope first came back into it. Everybody knew of his pedigree, but they didn't know exactly how fast he was going to be, and he's been a very clean and steady rider all the way through, hasn't he?
He has. He really is a technically almost perfect rider. He takes the corners well, he swaps his feet for the corners. But if you turn in left, you want your left foot forward. If you turn in right, you want your right foot forward, so you can get the weight distribution right to take the corners as fast as possible.
Well, the white flag is out now. This means that there is one lap, and I think what we should do on this final lap is we should stick with our race leader, the white unlogoed boat of Kev Pope. He's been in jet skiing for a long, long time. Oh, he's gone over. Oh, he's
down.
back up again. Oh, my word. That is incredible. The last lap, and he nearly came off. All he's got to do is finish now. He's got half a lap left. The 64-year-old who's come back into racing out of a number of years out of it. He is on the ball. He is on the pace. He's going to finish not just with a title win, but also with a race win too. He disappears beyond the island, out of sight from us. He has got 300 metres left. Two more boys. He comes round the final yellow. He's got a red to go. He's got to stay on. He's round the red. He gets a round of applause. And that's it. There's our champion. That is Kevin Pope. Well, Kev, what can we say? You know, you wanted to finish well and you've done it.
Yeah, that was a good result. I'm happy with that. It's been a long season, a lot of hard work. Chloe's been a great competitor. Jason's a fantastic competitor. Luke, everyone. I mean, just everyone out there. There's 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 riders that can win a race. Richard Gilbert and so on. So I've really had my work cut out. So very pleased.
Just remind me how long you've been out of the game.
8 years. Yeah, I did a couple of races last year, but basically 8 years since I've raced properly.
And to come back for your full race season and win the championships, that's got to feel good.
It does. It's amazing. I have raced other things in the meantime, but this is where my heart is. I just love this sport. It's just a great sport.
So the race education is continuing. What we're going to be looking at today is cornering. Now, after the start, cornering is probably one of the most important parts, isn't it?
Yeah, because you've got one big turn as soon as you reach either the black or white buoy on either start.
So let's look at basically 2 different corners, a tight one and a shallow one. And the tight one, it's power into it, slowing down, getting around it as quickly as possible and putting the power back on again. And the shallower ones, you've got to try and keep the power on through that corner as well. So how do you do it?
Well, the ones where I'm trying to keep the power, I've usually got quite a lot of weight on the side that's tipping up just to keep the ski a little bit further down, so the sponson stays in a little bit more. Otherwise, you could be spinning out on the palm.
Yeah. And that will just allow you to be a lot more smooth through those corners.
Yeah.
Okay. And on the tighter ones?
The tighter ones, you're going as fast as you can, obviously, and then obviously you just let off a little bit, and then start to turn, and then usually kick back in with the
because
front,
very, very different, these things. They don't have brakes, remember. So if you take the power off completely as you go into the corner, you're just going to go straight on.
So you don't take it off fully, just lose a little bit of power and then back on as soon as you've got around.
And a lot of it is about weight distribution, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right, next stage is let's get out there, let's have a go at weight distribution, and let's see. Firstly, we're going to have a little lap round. I'm going to see, not necessarily if I can keep up with you, but if I can follow your line. And then afterwards, I'm going to get on, and you're going to see if I do keep that proper line.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get on. then post-match analysis time, any improvement?
Yeah, a lot of improvement. You're getting faster through some of those turns and tighter as well.
I think for me, there's times where I think it's lovely and smooth, and then I'll go around the same corner again the next lap, and it's like, oh god, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
So it's just a case really of, I think, practice, getting used to that throttle control. The balance on the boat is massively different. Just adjusting my feet made it feel so much more comfortable. And it wasn't anywhere near as skittery, and I think then it's just a case of working out on power in, power out. But basically that's it. The long and short of it is just get out on a ski, get out around some boys, have a good practice, and don't be scared, just get it on. So we've got the naturally aspirated class behind us at the moment. They're lining up ready to go, and it's a really interesting, very cost-effective class, this, isn't it?
It is. It's two-stroke racing. A lot of these skis are over 10 years old. It's the man in the van racing.
Fantastic. It's very, very competitive. Big lineup there as well, isn't it?
It is. Huge lineup. It's the end of the championship. You normally see guys dropping off because they think, well, I'm not going to win anything, so I won't do it. But they're all here this weekend. Even Dave Jackson's come back on number 5, and we've not seen him all season.
Fantastic. Well, look, they're nearly ready to rock and roll. Let's get this race started, and we can see who is going to be crowned champion. Come on now, Gundren, and they're off. And this is a very, very noisy and a very quick start as they head off either side of that island into the splits.
Tyler Morgan screaming round the outside. That's our championship leader. Wayne Bedford's on the inside, coming through the blue splits. It looks like Wayne Bedford's got himself the whole shot, and he's trying to stretch his lead from Tyler Morgan, who's in 3rd.
That is going to be very, very interesting. Of course, the race on between those two, and Wayne Bedford has said that he is really going to be hanging on for this one. It's going to be flat out all the way. He just glances over his shoulder there, and he's got a rather large margin there. Let's have a look, coming through round the corner as he goes under that finish line, and he is absolutely flying. I think one of the things that we've got to look at is that Wayne Bedford's got to go out and win.
Yes, he has.
Tyler Morgan doesn't actually have to. He can take it fairly steady, and as long as he has a reasonably good day today, he's still going to get it.
So the way it is at the moment, Rob, Wayne Bedford's leading the race, and he's doing everything he has to do. He needs to be at the front, and he hopes that everything goes wrong behind him. Tyler Morgan is in 3rd place behind Bushell, but he's 26 points ahead of Wayne Bedford in the championship. So if Tyler stays where he is, he'll become British champion. But look, it's got worse for Bedford. Bushell's just overtook him.
So here's James Bushell coming through, and Bedford's just absolutely flying.
He's actually gaining water on Bushell. The white flag's out, Rob.
So that's it, just one more lap to go as we'll look up to our race leader there, James Bushell coming through, followed not too far behind by Wayne Bedford. But let's look at the race behind here. Tyler Morgan, our championship contender, is just about to go through the finishing arch for the last time. If he can hold on to that 3rd place, he will be crowned champion. Dave Rapp is chasing him. All now that has got to happen is Tyler Morgan has got to stay on that ski and finish this lap. If he does, he will be crowned champion. He's not going to race Dave Rapp. He's not going to try and catch Wayne Bedford. He's going to stay where he is, ride steady, get through it, and lift that checkered flag at the end. So here it is. We see James Bushell closely followed by Wayne Bedford. They're coming round. This is it. The checkered flag is out. Bushell wins. Bedford is 2nd. You can see he's disappointed there. He's done everything he can. His hand is up, and we'll just see him cruise over the line. He's done everything that he possibly can. Wow, that's got to feel good. Brilliant race.
Yes, it does. Yeah, fantastic race.
So 3rd on the water, but it looked a nice steady race. You did exactly what you needed to do.
Yeah, that's all we needed to do. We just needed to stay at least 5th and above, and we'd win the championship, and that's what I needed to do, and that's what I did.
Wayne was going for it a little bit, wasn't he?
Yeah, he needed to. He needed to get the points on him, but I stayed 3rd, and happy days.
So British champion's got quite a nice ring to it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Amazing feeling.
So I've got a bit of a superstar with me at the moment. This is Dawn Dawson. She's come over all the way from the United States of America to see what we're doing over here in England. Now, tell us about the scene over there and how it compares with the guys here.
Well, it's interesting because you would think as soon as you travel to another country that there would be this big dissimilarity or all these huge differences, but the reality is that regardless of where you go, jet ski racing is actually quite similar. JSRA is an incredible organization, and those guys follow a lot of the rules from our founding association of the IJSBA. So I think, honestly, it's not so much that it's separate but the thing or different, but that the level of talent is so incredibly competitive, I think, to a lot of the other places that I travel.
What I'd like to know from you is, having come over, you've seen our last round, this is the pinnacle of it. You know, the weather's not been great, unfortunately. We'll do better for you next time. But when you look at, for example, the Rapp-Aitken battle, you know, that has been bubbling all the way through the season, and we see the culmination of it today. It was close.
It was.
Lewis Aitken got it, but my word, they were exhausted at the end of it.
They were, and I think, again, when you take a look at that level of talent, Aitken could compare anywhere in the world arena. He is a great rider, and the fact that he's got such good competition there with him, that just increases the level for these guys. So when they do take it to the world stage, they're equally competitive on the world stage.
Well, you know what, we are pretty good at this sport,
you
aren't
don't
we? Let's
suck.
talk about James Bushell, shall we? You know,
fair enough.
Bring on your best, we'll out our best, and let's have a bit of a game.
Here's the deal. James Bushell, again, would be a part of a dream team. So if you were to put together the top 10 riders that you would want to see go at it behind the line, I would always want to put James Bushell right there. The same with some of these other great riders. When you look at your junior riders like Lucy Gadsby, here's a young lady, yeah, she really is incredible, but again, when you see really big riders come out of Britain over and over and over again, you've got to know that the formula has got something going for it.
There you go, there's a future for us, and it's looking good. Well, this is it. This is the big one. This is the final of the Runabout 4 strokes, and this is where it gets immensely exciting. The guys are just starting to form up behind us. Some are over there warming up their machines, but my word, this is the Formula One of jet sport racing, isn't it?
18 motos over 6 rounds, Rob, and it's all going to come down to this one race between Lewis Aitken and David Rapp.
It's incredible, isn't it? The points are so close that either of them could win it. Aitken has got the advantage at the moment. He is 6 points ahead of Rapp. Aitken's won it before, Rapp hasn't. Aitken wants it so much, Rapp wants to take it off him.
And I've spoken to both of them in the last 5 minutes, Rob, and Aitken, for some reason, is the more nervous of the two. I've never seen Aitken get that nervous, but today, for some reason, and he's been racing for years, he is extremely itchy.
You don't get any bigger, better or faster than this, do you? The class is immensely competitive. James Bushell would normally be the man that everyone is looking out for, but because of his international duties, he's had to drop round, so that means the tournament is open. So, we've got Rapp, we've got Bushell, we've also got Aitken. Aitken is in the lead. Rapp is the man that can stop him. Bushell is the man that can put a fly in the ointment. Let's go again. Attempt number 6. Engines are started. Finger is pointed. Lights are on. That looked a little bit cleaner.
It is a little bit better.
And Aitken has got up there. Rapp is up there. Let's have a look who is going to emerge from around that island first. And it is Lewis Aitken. He's got it. And what Lewis Aitken needs to do is win this.
And Simon Belcher and James Bushell are the spoilers, 2nd and 3rd.
Absolutely. David Rapp in 4th, and this is going to be a very, very exciting race now, because if the order stays like it has, it will be Lewis Aitken that takes the win. So we see there that Aitken comes round in 1st place. He's got a reasonable amount of distance ahead there of James Bushell, who is in 2nd place. Is he going to hunt down his teammate in the 158 crew? And the race is well and truly on. Incredibly powerful machines, these. Let's have a look at the top end, and we see that, wow, there was a split at the top end, and Bushell has overtaken. And, you know, he's not one to sit back and take 2nd place, is he? Aitken is now in 2nd. Now, this is really, really interesting, because what that means is the points gap deficit is now different. Rapp's got an opportunity now. Belcher is in 2.
The conspiracy theorist among us would have said that when Bushell was sitting in 2nd place, he was acting as rear gunner for Lewis Aitken.
No,
but
that's never going to happen.
It's not going to happen, because Bushell wants to win the race.
Bushell is competitive. There's no way competitive men sit back and let other people win. Bushell wants to win everything that he looks at.
Here comes your race leader.
That's it. James Bushell goes through there, and he has put a massive gap between himself And second place, Lewis Aiken, who's coming around here now, just nudges that red boy in front of us. Poor old number 5 there. He got stuck in the wash a little bit, and Dave Rapp has overtaken Simon Belcher. Dave Rapp is in 3rd place. Wow.
Now then, this changes things, Rob.
Doesn't it just? We're in the tie-break situation. What is going to be happening now is Dave Rapp is going to be hunting down Lewis Aiken for his life. So here is the man that is likely to be crowned the British champion. Through the arch he goes, the white flag is out, meaning that it is 1 lap left. And here is the man that wants to take it off him. It is Dave Rapp. 12 seconds difference between the two, 1 lap left to go. Unless Aiken makes a mistake or falls off, it's going to be his for the taking.
Well, David Rapp's not going to give up till the end, Rob. He's pushing hard. I can see Lewis is pacing himself right now because he knows that if he makes a mistake, it'll cost him dearly. So we might see David Rapp get a little bit closer before the checkered flag, but unless Aiken makes a mistake now, it's his.
That's it. Bushell wins, unquestioned. However, this is where we need to see the race now. Where is second place? Coming through now.
There he comes.
Here he is. He's got 2 boys to go. He's not going to fall off. He could swim and push it. There it is. Lewis Aiken. He's going to go through. And there it is. He sits down. He's exhausted, but he is the new British champion. And Rapp is just a couple of seconds behind him. And just behind the checkered boy there, we can hardly see him. But Aiken has taken it. Wow, what a race that was. Wow, Lewis, that was a race and a half.
Yeah, I made it hard work for myself towards the end, but we got there.
So let's just talk about the start. There was a few false starts at the beginning. That was a bit nervy.
Yeah, I think there was a couple of jumps and they pulled it back for not holding lines, but we got there in the end and had a pretty good start.
So let's talk about a retention of a title. It's always nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought the first one would be special, but everyone gets better each time.
I think that's the hungry sportsman in you, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So let's talk about the downtime now. What do you do now? The season's finished. Back into training.
I'll have a beer first and relax a bit and maybe start again towards the beginning of next year.
Fantastic. Well, look, congratulations. It's been an amazing season. Great watching you. Well done, worthy champion.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, that's it for the final race and the final round at Kingsbury Water Park. It has been a brilliant championships this year. We've got some new champions, we've got some successful defending champions, but over and above that, it has just been a brilliant series. We'll see you next year.